What's going on? A pluses, nerd mixes. It is your boy Indy Uchiha, and I am here for something special. Um, I am from the Midwest. I am maybe 30 minutes away from Chicago. I'm a huge wrestling fan. So this AEW All Out event 2021 that they had at what used to be the Sears Center. I forget what it's called now. They renamed it um was a very big deal. So as you can see by the cover that I made for this, I'm really excited about this, and I'm just going to go through the breakdown of the matches, who won. It was a very good card. It seemed like it was a little long because I feel like it started maybe around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and it wasn't over until around maybe 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. But it was a very well put together pay-per-view with a lot of surprises and different things that were going on. So, as of course, you start with the free, you get the buy-in. It was a 10-man tag. It was Orange Cassidy, Chuck Wheeler, and Wheeler Utah, basically best friends with Jurassic Express against Matt Hardy, Private Party, and TH2. You know, the HOF. Or the HFO, my bad, the Hardy Family Office. Um, Jungle Boy is severely over, and so is Orange Cassidy. I mean, the way the crowd interacts with these with certain stars, just singing their theme songs, you know what I'm saying, as they come out, is just crazy. The match kind of had the pace of who was it? It was Luchasaurus dominating early until they were able to jump Luchasaurus and get him flattened out, right? Um, I do believe the baby faces went over in this. Yes, they did. The result was Jurassic Express, Utah Taylor, and Cassidy defeating the HFO. And a very good, very good match, to be totally honest with you. Believe Jungle Boy made Angelico tap out in the snare trap. It also had the return of the Butcher, who has been gone for a while from injury. So you got HFO back at full force with TH2. It's got a couple of tag teams there. Matt Hardy, you know, tag team specialist, and is running with a crew full of tag teams. And for an opening bout that we actually got for free, it was really good. um Most people are giving this about a C. I give it about a B. I'm a little more lenient when it comes to my personal grades when it comes to that, but it was a good story. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, I feel, should have been the number one contenders, but of course, we know they lost to the Lucha Brothers, and the Lucha Brothers and my guys right here, the Young Bucks, put on a hell of a show. It was a huge pay-per-view, so I understand why you wanted to do that inside a cage, wrap that storyline up, because the storyline between the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers have been going on since the foundation of AEW, since they first announced, you know what I'm saying, like it was going to show, it was going to be a thing. So um the crowd is red hot for Jungle Boy though. And with Cassidy also being a fan favorite, them throwing all these different stars in was really going to prime the crowd in order to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Get them ready for what was going on. You had the TNT Championship match. Miro, formerly known as Rusev, has been doing some of his best work since he got to AEW. And Eddie Kingston is a legend to me, in my eyes, when it comes to being in wrestling with this popularity and everything, whether it's heel or face. He's always severely over. Miro's always good in the ring. They had been playing a whole neck injury thing that Miro had before, and it was a decent match that had BS ending. You know what I'm saying? And then it also had Miro with his Boston Crab that he calls Game On now. Uh him not being able to put Kingston out with that. You know what I'm saying? And it was a very hard fought match, heavy hitting showdown. Uh, both opponents trying to end the match early. Um, like I said, when Miro did gain the upper hand and put the game on submission on, Kingston was able to fight for the ropes. And you know what I'm saying, get the break. This is something that hadn't happened in Middle before. Um, uh, and then it was, I think, a turnbuckle pad or something got taken off. Um, and then something happened with the turnbuckle. Oh yeah, uh, Middle was finna get thrown into, or Kingston. One of them was finna get thrown into the turnbuckle. The ref stepped in the way so that the exposed turnbuckle. So sorry. It's been a very, very long day with all these pods. It's actually tomorrow here, so it's actually Monday. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Uh, yeah, the ref prevented Kingston from throwing Miro into the exposed turnbuckle. Miro ended up delivering a low blow to score the victory with a matcha kick. And that was I think that was the first time he won using that maneuver. I don't know what he's gonna call it now, if it's still called a matcha kick, but he normally won with the game on submission. It was a very, very good fault contest. What would Jim Ross call it? Slobber knocker. It was a great slobber knocker, and it sets up something of, especially with them being, they got a big show coming up in New York, I believe. I don't think it's a pay-per-view. I think it's like a regular Dynamite or Rampage, I believe, is coming up in New York. And with that being Eddie Kingston's hometown, I wouldn't mind them revisiting, you know what I'm saying, this bout right here, especially with how over Eddie Kingston is going to be there. You got Jon Moxley versus the legend. And when I say legend, I'm talking about this man is 50 years old and can still go. Satoshi Kojima. Look, there is no forbidden door. It's kicked wide open, right? Moxley sent the storyline basically goes, Moxley sent an open contract to Japan looking for competition because he felt like he didn't have no competition. And the only man who responded was Kojima. Right? Because it's almost a thing that Moxley feels like Tanahashi is avoiding him. So this was another like really hard hitting battle. Both opponents just chopping the mess out of each other. You know what I'm saying? Scarring all over the chest area, pectorals on fire. A very back and forth match. Mox using moves that I don't really remember him using, like cross arm breakers and just a lot of chops and like I think he did like maybe 2 or 3 Paragon shifts. Well, to me, I feel like the first one, in order to win the match, when he went to go win the match, the first one was a Paragon shift, and then what was the other one they called? Death Rider, when he lifted him up and put him down. So I think that's more of a paradigm shift, Death Rider combo, and it was a really good match. And to be totally honest with you, Kojima, to be 50 years old, man, he looks in incredible shape. He's in way better shape than Jericho is, to be totally honest with you. He's way better shape than a lot of the older WWE people are too. And he really went like step for step. But right after the match, Minoru Suzuki debuted, came face to face with Moxley. They did like they exchanged like forearms. You know what I'm saying? Suzuki caught him, got the upper hand, caught him, put in a rear naked choke, and then hit him with that Gotch pile driver, and then stood over him. And then we found out that we're actually going to get, I think, Suzuki and Moxley Wednesday. In Cincinnati is going to be Moxley's hometown, so you know he's going over. He's definitely going over Suzuki, but I think this is leading up to Tanahashi. You know what I'm saying? Come, at least that's what it should lead up to. So the forbidden door is just blown completely open because they're sending like legendary people over from Japan. Nothing flashy about this match. It was just the Suzuki Moxley match. It was just really, really physical. Suzuki got a crazy ovation by the crowd, and they were even singing his theme song. And I think they was sung I think they sung Suzuki's too. Yeah, when he came out, they sung Suzuki's theme song. And so that was really dope. And Kojima was over too. Now the AEW Women's Championship match was really good. It seems like I'm saying every match is really good, but believe you me, I'm gonna get to some matches that are just subpar. It was with Chris Statlander versus Dr. Brent Baker, DMD. This was the third match on the card. Of course, Brent Baker had Rebel and Jamie Hayter with her, and I'm really starting to like Jamie Hayter. I didn't check a workout before, but I have heard of her. And when we talk, a lot of times when I'm having conversations about women wrestlers, her name comes up a lot. So I'm looking forward to seeing, what I'm saying, more of her, more than what I got to see in the, what I'm saying, Casino Battle Royal. Chris Statlander is a monster. It was all power, but it was Brent Baker. Britt, I keep calling him Brent. Britt Baker coming out with a lot of her, what I'm saying, A game. A lot of the top maneuvers that she's known for. And it was it was definitely Statlander's best performance that I've seen her in a ring. And it was this match, to be totally honest with you, it was really good to see Britt Baker actually get a clean win, because she's won so many matches with interference, whether it was from Hater the other day or Rebel. You know what I'm saying? Assisting her, that I think it was holding her back as a champion. And she is so over, and she could be a heel or a face. I think actually letting her beat Statlander, who was easily her biggest match other than the lights out match that she had with Thunder Rosa. It was really, really cool to see her do that, and see that a champion could just win on her own. Statlander has everything that she needs to be a champion. It's just not her time, especially with people that are showing up. But she'll definitely get there. But Brent is so over that you can't take the belt off on her for somebody that's unsure, right? So Brent hit a Pittsburgh Sunrise, Panama Sunrise, her fiance, boyfriend. I don't know if they're engaged or just boyfriend and girlfriend. Adam Cole's move. Then a curve stomp, and then hit the lockjaw in order to successfully retain her title by submission. So that, to me, that was a good match. The next match that I'm going to talk about is the tag team match. The Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros, right? Steel cage for the AEW Tag Team Championships. And if this isn't a match of the year contender, then I don't know, because this was possibly, to be totally honest with you, this is the best match on the card. It's not the most entertaining thing that happened on the card, but this is the best match in the card. And the pop for the Lucha Bros in the Now Arena was friggin' insane. They had their theme song performed live for what I know was the first time ever, and it just went off. And then the Bucks kind of got a jobber entrance. They came in, didn't really do nothing, song just played, and you kind of felt like from the jump, even after the entrances, that it was the night for the Lucha Bros. But the action inside the ring, going back and forth, really made you think that they were really going to keep the belts on the Bucks. It seemed like it was going to be a big night for the Elite, but the way that they acted it out in the ring, and and even with Brandon Cutler throwing the bag into the ring, Matt getting it and putting on, what was it? What I forget what Jordans those were, but he had thumbtacks. You know what I'm saying? He's done this before. He had thumbtacks on the Jordans, and he was just going to work on Penta and Phoenix. Penta and Phoenix is just bloody. I mean, especially Penta. Penta's face was just like he had like a crimson mask under another mask. They tried ripping their mask off, dishonor them. By the end of the match, their mask is all shredded up. But the Lucha Brothers just wouldn't give up in what they were doing, especially Phoenix. Phoenix just had like this crazy comeback that he did. Just taking the shoe and hitting Matt, hitting Nick, and doing all types of crazy things. They ended up, I think they got a fear factor, got a near fall. Phoenix went up on top of the cage. Nick tried to get him. Phoenix kicked him down. He did a splash off the top of the page, wiping everybody out. And then he helped Penta do hit Nick with a spot pile driver for the win. And the Lucha Brothers defeat the Young Bucks, and they are now finally AEW Tag Team Champions. And look, I've been on Bleacher Report. I've been on I listened to Steven Larson, you know what I'm saying? Everybody said this is match of the year for 2001, like 2021. Something really has to come out and just be phenomenal to beat this match. Anybody who says the Bucks don't know how to tell a story or that they just be flipping and flopping, no, they did all their spots that anybody could want them to do. Told a great story in the ring and just went crazy to end this feud. So I wonder what this goes for the Bucks, as far as the Bucks don't need to hold the championship to put on great matches. Penta and I would like to see the Bucks like maybe go somewhere else and go after championships, whether it's Japan, bring some other belts back, or have some other matches with other individuals that you don't need the belts to tell the story with. And Penta bringing his family out after the match and hugging them and watch him hug his daughters, and he's bleeding and the blood's on his daughter's face was just amazing. Him jumping in front of Phoenix to protect him when Matt was getting ready to kick him with the thumb. I mean, it was a lot of cool story points and everything that happened in this, right? Then we get the Casino Battle Royal, and I'm not going to go through this too much. I'm going to go through, y'all know how it goes. They do the suits, and they have 5 people per suit, and then they have the Joker. I'm just going to say what the suits were and what the big reveal was and who won, because this match was okay. I gave it a C. And it carried on some storylines, did a lot. The clubs came out first, so it was Sheeta, Sky Blue, Emi Sakura, the Bunny, and Abaddon. And you know, Emi and Sheeta have a whole thing going on, you know what I'm saying, with Emi training Sheeta. So they had some built-in storylines going with there. The Diamonds were next to come out. It was Anna Jay, Kira Hogan, Keelan King, DeMonte, and Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose put on a show. The Hearts was Thunder Rose, Penelope Ford, Riho, who got a pop, Jamie Hayter, and Big Swole. They still remember, people still love Rio. They still adore her, you know what I'm saying, adore her. The Spades was Ty Conti, who got a pop, Red Velvet, Lila Hurts, Jay Cargill, and Rebel. And then the Joker, before her music could even hit, you heard the crowd screaming her name. And when she came out to her music, I'm talking about Ruby Soho. If you've been watching the vignettes and everything that's been coming out, you understand the love for wrestling. I used to watch her wrestle around here in Michigan and South Bend. So, and I think Lafayette too. I think I saw her wrestle like once or twice in Lafayette. So to me, she's kind of like a hometown girl. So Chicago was, you know what I'm saying, like a hometown advantage for her. She ended up being Thunder Rose and Ruby Soho, the last 2 in the ring. Ruby Soho ended up winning by hitting her with the I don't know what she's gonna call it now, but it was the Riot Kick in WWE. She won, so she's going on to face Britt Baker for the AEW Women's Championship. So the Soho surprise was a surprise. The emotion that she had when she walked out, you know what I'm saying, and the crowd just giving her that support, chanting her name. You could see how happy she was to be back somewhere where she could actually wrestle. And so I really believe that was a WWE's mistake on, for one, splitting up the Riot Squad, 2, letting Ruby Riot go. And now it's better for us. We got Ruby Soho and AEW. Good match. You had the Chris Jericho and MJF, the final fight. I think they got this wrong, to be totally honest with you. This is one of the matches that I was kind of disappointed in, because they let Chris Jericho go over on MJF and gave MJF one of his first loss against Jericho. So he's 3-1 with Jericho, but MJF trolled us from the beginning. You had the countdown. The lights went off and it came up and it said Jericho's last match, his music. He came out in an amazing robe. He played an amazing heel. Like he is for the age he is and the heel he is. He's a heel that's way beyond how old he is. You know what I'm saying? He seems like a seasoned veteran when he's in the win, right? But Jericho used the code breaker and code breaker, lion salt, avalanche, liger bomb. He um you had a Wardlow came down, then Jake Hager came down, you know what I'm saying, to beat him off. You had Floyd the Bat get used by MJF on Jericho, but Jericho eventually got MJF in the walls. MJF tapped because he had a back injury that happened on the corner of the apron, and Jericho does not have to retire. It was an interesting thing going on with the ref because the ref at times has like made mistakes before. So it was, I think MJF hit Jericho with a Judas effect, and she was just looking at the shoulders and she didn't see Jericho's foot was on the rope, and she counted 3. So MJF had won the match. Another ref came down and said no, his foot was on the rope. They restarted the match, and hey, here we go. Jericho ended up winning the match. I think it would have been something better if MJF would have won. Jericho, he needs to go do his thing. I don't know what other type of program you're gonna put him in. I just like Jericho to just like take a step back, maybe pick a new leader for the inner circle. And just going about doing what he's doing, because I think there's other things Jericho could be doing, and he's a little bit overused to me in that. Then we had CM Punk and Darby Allin, man. And Darby Allin came out. He had an awesome skateboard that had like half CM Punk face, half skull face on it. Rolled it down, Sting dapped him up, went to the back. This was an amazing, amazing match because it was actually a wrestling match. It showed that Darby Allin could actually wrestle. I don't think a lot of people get to see him do that because he's always doing them crazy stuff. People just look at him like a spot monkey, and I don't think he's that. I watched this boy wrestle, and he can actually really wrestle. And he wrestled the whole match like an anti-hero that was just throwing his body all around the ring. And Punk was just a wily veteran. You know what I'm saying? In the end, he ended up suckering Allen into a coffin drop, and Allen went and tried the last supper pin. He picked Allen up right out of that pin and put him in a go to sleep for for a victory. So Punk actually looked really good. It didn't look like 7 years had passed. I mean, you saw some stuff that you felt like could have been cleaner, but it's crazy that he's been gone for 7 years and then he was able to return and have that well of a match because he didn't look like he missed a step. Paul White versus QT Marshall is probably the worst thing on the mat. I mean, the whole thing about having Billy Gunn and them come down, had a gun club turn on, like none of this amounted to anything. It was a QT Marshall squash match because Paul White went in there, choke slam, took a little bit of offense for QT Marshall, choke slam, punch. The match was over. It was a horrible match, and it was the worst match on the card. And I feel like this should have actually been in the buy-in. Like since they moved the women's casino battle royal onto the main card, and because the Andrade and Pac match couldn't happen, I really feel like they could have just moved this to the buy-in. This could have been before the 10-man tag because it had no reason being that late on the card, unless it was just to set you up for the amazing Kenny Omega and Christian Cage match. I love Kenny's music, be totally honest with you. Christian Cage got a little bit of a pop. I like Christian Cage. I think he's highly underrated. I don't think he's a WWE Hall of Famer. Sorry, guys, it's late. I think he should be, but the best bout machine, the best wrestler on the planet right now, to me, in my opinion, is Kenny Omega, and that's why he's still the champion. With an avalanche, one winged angel off the top rope to put Christian down, V trigger after V trigger. There was a couple of table spots that was really cool. There was some interference that was going to happen, you know, and Omega, the cheaty heel, ended up winning, but Omega's hard to beat regardless. You know what I'm saying? Even when he's on this end game. So the big thing is what happened after this match, right? Uh Omega bragging, denouncing, like just saying there's nobody that could possibly beat him. He's beaten everybody. The only people that could beat him aren't here, are retired or dead. And then all of a sudden, Adam Cole's music hits. The crowd went wild. I'm talking about, and his music sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. Like I can't wait to download that to listen to it. He comes in the ring. It looks like he's finna beef with the Bucks and Omega for what they did to him in New Japan, and probably's got beef with Hangman for killing him. I really want to know if that angle is gonna come back on being the elite, like how did Adam Cole come back to life? But when he got in the ring, he super kicked Jungle Boy, would led him to join in an elite. He told a story about how he's always going to be elite, how he's their best friend, and now that he's here and there together, nobody could beat them. And then right when Kenny Omega is getting ready to tell everybody good night, goodbye, mwah, dun, 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 Daniel, oh, I'm sorry, Bryan Danielson makes his debut with awesome friggin' music, comes out to the ring, gets into it. Kenny flees the ring. Daniel Bryan does his whole stick knee plus to Nick Jackson, and joins Cage and Jurassic Express and fending off the heels. But Omega kept his belt. And look, with that shows you in one night, we got CM Punk's first match, right? A coveted free agent, which I don't understand what Vince McMahon is thinking. You know what I'm saying? Not only did you lose Ruby Soho, CM Punk, Adam Cole, and Bryan Danielson, they basically debut the same night, because Punk's first match, Ruby Soho debuts, wins the Casino Battle Royal. Adam Cole can be the real Adam Cole back with the elite. You know what I'm saying? The Adam Cole that we know and love, that we grew up with, not the Adam Cole we got in NXT. And then you got Bryan Danielson making his debut. Um, the crowd ended the show chanting AEW. Like the crowd, you got your money's worth if you went to the show, right? Kudos for everybody on there. I really dig it. I can't wait to see what these storylines go from here, and I can't wait to see what WWE does. I can't wait to read the dirt sheets. I really want to know how USA and Fox feel about AEW going off like this. And the whole thing is that I don't think that's it, because I think you got like Impact and New Japan that's going to end up getting somebody named Wyatt. And there's a couple of other prominent, you know what I'm saying, free agents out there. And with AEW breaking down the doors and working with everybody, it's going to be very interesting to see where a lot of these storylines go from. And people say that it's not enough TV for everybody to get their shine, but man, they got AEW Dark, they got AEW Rampage, they got AEW Dynamite. They're carrying stories over to Impact Wrestling, they're carrying stories over to New Japan. Impact's doing stuff with NWA, and then you still got Being the Elite that sets up storylines too. So I'm gonna be very interested in seeing what comes back, and I really can't wait to see how Hangman reacts to Adam Cole being back at being in AEW now. Guys, what did you think about this pay-per-view? You checked it out. Do you think the WWE is gonna have to change something? And because this killed SummerSlam. And it's funny to me because Bryan came out with a beard similar to Brock's and with his hair up in like a little man bun like Brock had. So I wonder if he did that on purpose. And it was a bigger pop than what Brock got. So beyond getting Stone Cold to wrestle again and getting The Rock to come back and maybe wrestle Roman, what are you going to do? Like, really, what are you going to do? Because you brought Becky back, turned her heel, and you're getting close to AEW if they start featuring that women, having a women's division that could be comparable to what WWE is. I do still believe that Impact right now has the best women's division, best women's champion. No, I kind of really like Britt Baker. I really like Britt Baker. Deonna Purrazzo is a great champion, but I think Britt Baker's a better champion. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on. Let me know what y'all thought about this in the comments below. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget to follow us on all social media at A Plus Opinions. And if y'all want us to cover more wrestling, I definitely have no issue covering AEW. If y'all want us to do that, if y'all want a little bit of everything covered at once, maybe we could talk about some since let's see, maybe we could talk about Raw. Maybe we talk about it all at once. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on. Yeah. Y'all let us know if y'all want us to keep doing this, but I'm definitely gonna rock the AEW pay-per-views. All right. So until next time, guys, keep it A+. This has been a Nerd Mix, and I'm gonna let Adam tell y'all about the Patreon. All right, guys. We out.
If you enjoy our content and want to be a part of helping our channel grow, become a patron supporter. We have affordable tiers to choose from that offer a variety of exclusive and early access content, from audio files for all of our shows for you to enjoy on the road, access to our Discord community, and plenty of reactions, reviews, character breakdowns, and more. Check us out at patreon.com/A+opinions. And as always, remember, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so anytime we drop a brand new video, you will be notified.